going to be a short video. Just gonna write down, maybe I should start at the 5-minute mark. I had a couple of thoughts go by discussing this with a friend of mine, and when you talk with others, it opens up the door. One of them is, if you take a look at this cube, you have 5, and when you take a look at this cube, you have 5. When I turn around the cubes, on one of them you have a 2, on the other you have a 6. Take a look. 5 and 5, you turn them around, one is a 6, the other's a 2. They should both be 2s. If I would show you another cube and show you the 5, right? Take all 3 of these and you turn them around, 2, 2, and the 6, because this is skeleton form. You have to trust the science. But what science is there? What can I recreate from this single cube that there's science? I can move around the dots, but I'm not going to move around the dots, not at least yet. I'll just do the basic science. And what that says is, if I have 5 on this side, I will have to have every single other number here. And once I have these 2 sides, I'm going to have 2 here and 2 here. And it's going to dictate, and that'll be how many different combinations will I have. This is the dictation of the cube. So that's this cube. Number 2, what I want to talk about, for those of you who do not know what I do, there's been questions about the formation or about the origins of our creation, that the good Lord, the Creator, Allah, Hashem, has shared the goodness of the light with all of us, that we have been blessed. Now, whoever shared it, for whatever reason it's been shared, this is what I call the algorithms of understanding the words by going into creation and looking for pieces and parts that will tell me the story. Some of the pieces and parts, I'm going to leave it pretty simple, is if you go to the game, let's say the game of pool. Okay, let me see if we go to the game of pool. I'm going to show you this. If you go to the game of pool, it shows me the 15 and the 7 are burgundy. The letter G and the letter O saying go. At the same time, I see a 7, and over here I see a 15, 70. If you multiply it and you add it, becomes 22 and 105, 127. But this is a number 6 and this is a number 7. We're going to keep it simple. 6 and 7 is Earth and Mars. When we see the 12 and the 4, I come down to one of my pieces of designs and I see what the capabilities of that is. And here's a 4. Now my question is, should I duplicate it on the outside or should I keep it simple? This is the minimum size, and this here I have 4 areas, here I have 12 that go around. I'm going to assume this is the purple ball. If this is the purple ball, 12 is also 1 and 2 is 3. I use the 3rd planet and the 4th planet as Earth, 7, and Mars, 6. The diameter of the moon, 3476. The understanding of number 5. What is number 5? Between 1 and 5 is the number 3, 1, 3, 5. Between 3 and 5 is 3, 4, 5, so the 4. Between 9 and 5 is 9, 7, 5. So we went by 2, we went by 1, and between here and here, it's a 6. 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 9, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 5, right over here. That's the diameter of the moon, also noted to be 2160. I just wanted to see what that was. You know, you can put it this way or this way. 698 or 869. The dividing house, birth passage dividing house. This is the numeric value for the moon. So now we had the purple ball. When you have the purple, we also have to have red, and at the same time, we are going to have blue. Everybody knows the magnet, right? The magnet is blue, red, and white. Polarities, how the magnet works. So we have these two colors. This color is 88. This color is 27. This one is 40. 67 is the soul. 7, 9, 4, 4. 6 and 7, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 40 is 4. The other thing we have to note, I'm just trying to look at something. Just give me 1 second. There was another note I took in here. I want to see where my book is. Just give me a second. I had a few things written down. Just give me a second here. Oh, there's so much information you don't know. Wow, where did that book go? I was just working with it. Don't let me move the page. I mean, even if you want to talk about golf, you know, there's no birdie on a par 3. You know what I'm saying? There's no birdie on a par 3. It's an eagle. Par 3, you get a hole in one on a par 3, it's an eagle. You get a hole one on a par 4, that's an albatross. All right, you're going to need one. But if you get a par 4 and you get a eagle, that means you shot a 2. And you probably didn't even use your putter. So I don't know where the paper is. So I might have to skip it out. I thought it would be very important that I don't skip this out. So I'm going to continue on now with the game of pool. Okay, so when we continue on now with the game of pool, right, we also, whoa, what happened there? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, when you continue on with the game of pool, the 1 ball and the 9 ball come together, right? They're yellow. The blue ball and the 3 ball, okay? These are your prime colors. So when you want to create this purple, it's going to take, when you create the purple, you're going to take the red and the blue. So you're going to be taking the 2 and the 10. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the 2 and the 10. And then for the red, we're going to take the 3 and the 11 together. 13, 13. 3 and 2, 2 and 1. When we use the yellow ball, I'm just trying to remember what it is, and I mix it up with the blue ball, I end up with the green ball, 6 and 14, or 6 and 5. We have to understand that we always need these 2 balls to come together. 1 and 2, A and B, comes together all the time before we depart at C creation. This is your base creation. You must have these 3. When you have these 3, you automatically, okay, the 1 and the 3, or number 13 or 31, will create the orange ball, the 5 and the 13, the M and the E, matter and energy, Mars, Mercury, and Jupiter. 5 and 4 is creation of the sun. 13 is the is many things. 13 is for the bar mitzvah. 13 is the next cycle. I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm not very happy that I'm not sticking to what I started. I really wanted to show this piece. Not happy. Not happy when I'm not in the proper order. I'm not happy when I'm really not. I had it in my head. And, oh, not happy about that. Give me a second. You know, there's absolutely 1,000 things that are going on, and I just want to make sure that I get this done properly. Okay, so when I do this, okay, it's going to be all over the place. If you're not taking notes, we'll never be able to keep up to anything. The Giants told you this before. What did the Giants tell you before? So before I get to that, okay, we're going to go back to the Mars piece. You see over here where we showed you this one was Mars, right? Mars is the 4-ball and the 12-ball. Right? Sorry, Mars is the 4-ball. It's going with purple. It connects the sky. Okay. The 4 is for the 4th planet. 1 and 2 equals to 3. 3 is Earth, the 3rd planet. Earth is number 52 or 7. Mars is 51 or 6. Since it's 7 and 6, I will have to look at those balls. The 7 ball is the burgundy. The 6 ball is the green ball. This is what I do in part of my work. Okay. When it comes to the 9, you know, what color is the sky? And the 9 color is right over here. It's turquoise. Okay. And when you have the other formation, it's purple. So the sky is going to be connected between 9 and 9, turquoise and purple. As you can see over here, right? The numbers between the harness, okay, numbers from the harness track and the colors, right? The 2 and 3 are blue and white. And when you go back, I don't know where I was before. Let me see. When you go back to this one, it's inverted, the 3 and 2. When you go back this way, you see the way the blue is 2, the 3 is white, and you go to the other one, the 2 is white, the 3 is blue, and how the colors form with the white inside the 1. So I'm showing you this as where I get my information, because there's a multitude of levels where to get the information. Look up everything that's happening with it, compare it to see if there's any truth that's involved in it. Okay, so I'm not really sure where I was going with everything. I had it formed, but anyways, we're just going to continue on to this. I'm just going to see if I can continue on. So what happens with, oh, I did it again. So what happens with this over here? Okay, the 6 and the 5 green must be created between the 1 yellow and the 2 blue to create the green. So we have to see that our base creation is inside a 6 and 14. And on a dice cube, do I have another dice cube here? On a dice cube, the 1 and 2 is reversed to 6 and 5. And I'm going to show you another place where the 1 and 2 gets reversed to 6 and 5. So this is my 3 and my 11. And this is my 3 and 6 and 5 is 11. This is my 3 and 6 and 5 is 11. So think of that. My 3 and my 6 and 5 is 11. My 3 red and my 11 ball red. And it automatically recreates these 2 balls over here. I need my 1 and 2 base, and these are my 3 base balls. My 3 base balls. They're the base balls. We need to start with ABC. The basic formation is ABC 1, 2, 3. Our long formation of numbers is 36 numbers. The reason for its 36 numbers is this: 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22. So when we get to 22, right over here, 2 plus 2 equals to 4. And then it's 25, 2 and 5 is 7. And then it's 28, 2 and 8 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. And then it's 31, 3 and 1 is 4. And then it's 37,
Wait. Wow. 22, 25, 28, 31, 34. And then after that, it's 37, and you start over again. So what happens is you end up with 34, 35, 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Let me see if I did this right. Something's on 2, 5. Let me see if something's wrong here. 2582, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8. This one is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. 3 and 6 is 9. So it takes 36 numbers before I start the cycle over. Now, the beginning and the end, the same as the leap year. You go 3 years in 1 year, we have completed the mirror cycle. So we do it once, we do it twice, we do it 3 times. It's rows of 4 to complete a cycle by threes. The Mars and Earth, the 4 and 3 way. 4 and 3, 4 and 3, the heart of everything becomes 3.5. Now, when you take a dice cube or Rubik's Cube, when you want to create above and below this design over here, 9 and 6 together, it looks like the percentage. It looks like the 8. At the same time, you can see that I only needed 3 lines. So I only needed 6 lines. And if I want to bar it, right, or stop it, I just put a line through it. So the 8 lines becomes the octagon. The 6 lines become the hexagon. Hexagon 6. And inside, I'm not really sure which way I should. Oh, that's not the right way. Right? Inside the octagon, did I do this right? Is the hexagon to one side. And then we can almost just create the ring. The ring and the pole, the ring and the pole. So what happens is the hexagon and the octagon, the 6 and the 8 equaling to what is the 14. And then we can see the 6 plus 8 equals to 14, dividing up the 2 balls, what the play of the 8 ball is. 5 times 3, 5 plus 3. It'll say ho, ho, ho. It'll connect this right here, 8 and 6. What is 8 and 6? 8 and 6 is the house planet. 8 and 6, 8 and 6 is the hexagon and the octagon. 8 and 6 is 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 8 equals to 6. The odds on this is you place 6 chips down on the table, right? And they'll pay you back 7 chips, to where Earth and Mars are 7 and 6, right over here. They're also the third and the fourth planet. So if you want to take 3 and 4 into consideration, okay, always 3 and 4, and the center of that is 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Now, if we want to take a look at what 3.5 can possibly mean, we have to have 3 of them, A, B, C. Remember that. That's your base. You start everything with A, B, C, and then you add from there. Your A, B, C equals to 6, or 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. When you add D onto this, it's the fourth letter. It equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. We start that formation over again. But in this scenario, we go B, C, D because it's only 3 of 4, equaling to 9, in which in that formation would be 3 times 3 equals to 9, or 3 plus 3 equals to 6. But the full formation of this is A, B, C, D. The connection of this is BC 5. So you have A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and then you only play with the connective 5. Michael Jackson, A, B, C, Jackson 5. Jack is number 25. So we've done this. Now, when we use this, it becomes 105. And if I look up 105, just give me a second. I'm looking up right over here. When I look up, I get CB codes because with only the spirit, I hear you poorly. And with the body vibrating without the spirit going in, receiving well, or I can hear you. Once we get to 3, you stop transmitting because now we enter into the 10-4 world, the world of communication. In the game of craps, right? Nothing starts until you hit a minimum of 4. It is the 10 on the high side, the 4 on the low side. You now have communication received 104. The 10th month, the 4th day, we have balance, we have Libra, we have the mirror world coming together. In 5, it's relay message. When we get 3 by 35, we're relaying the message. 3.5 is the center of this cube. There are 3 sides, 2 to the pole, 4 to the ring. Although there's 6, the center only moves this at 3.5. If you look at Rubik's Cube, it'll tell you a different story. The 6 says to stand by. The 7 is out of service, but the 8 is in service. So if I can get these deck of cards and show you. That with the 6, there's no service lines. With the 7, we have 1 service line. Earth has 1 moon, and Mars has 2 moons. So I'm assuming we could look at it this way. It also has the total of 21, and we have the total of 21 dots inside of this. But if we have 21 dots inside of this, and there's 1 to the center, there's your 1 to the center. It means there's 8 around. This is your 1 and 8. The reverse is your 3 and 6. It counts for monkey. The 7th gate is to monkey. So that's how this would work over here. 9 and 4, 13 to what is 1, 6, 7, to what is 7 and 6, 13, to what is 4 and 3, 7, to what is 8 and 5, 13, to what is 2 and 5, 7. 39 for the 13s, 21s for the 7s, and now you have your formation. You run, and the same thing for, where's that other book? What happened to the other book? And the same thing for this over here. You run 1 cycle moon, you run 2 cycle moons, you run another cycle moon, 36. You run 3 cycle moons, 36 numbers come out. You run another cycle moon, 36 numbers come out. So you ran 1, 2, 3 moons. 3 moons. Now you do another 3 moons. And then you do another 3 moons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1400, 144. If you want to look at it, we can go 1440 for 1440 minutes in a day. And when we run this, 336 days will pass. The cycle ends on the 13th moon. We start the new cycle of numbers. And this is based on its basic rotation. I mean, that's what it does. As you advance 1 number, I'm going to show it to you how it works again. Okay, let me do this again. And remember, 3 years and 1 year, and we have the leap cycle. We get that number 29 to 29th day, the IT system. So we have 1, 4, 7, 1. Cycle 1. Cycle 2. Let me see if I can do this over here. Then we go to cycle 2, where we go 4, 7, 1, 4. Now we finished cycle 2. And then we went 7, 1, 4, 7. And then we finished cycle 3, 4, 8, 12, right. And at the same time, it's going to be the same thing here. 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8. And then we're going to run on to the third area. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. And then we're going to do this over here. And here we have all this is my first cycle, my second, and my third, and then I start over here. So if you count them, there's 36 numbers in this. If you also look in a day of 1440 minutes, you have to multiply it by 4. 5760. I didn't want to do that. This is also the year 2000, just to let you know. What I meant is there's 4 times 360 minutes in a day, equaling to 1440 minutes. It just tells you that in 4 days we reached 5760. In the year 2000. They said it was a reset because it was a reset. The numbers reset right over here. 1440 minutes, 4 days will give you this. When you get on to the next number in the new cycle, right, you're going to add on 5760, and then you're going to add on 1440, and then you're going to add on 1440. Did I do that again? Right. And this is going to be half the cycle, and I think you're going to get and this would be the diameter. This is going to be the diameter of the just give me a second, of the sun. One quarter of this will be the diameter of the moon. When you multiply this by 3, or if you want to go, I think it's did I get this right? Where's my calculator? Yeah, this is per day, so this becomes, by 3 would be 18 days. Well, just like 18 days or 180 is half, so everything switches at the half. And one of the reasons it switches at the half is you can only move this cube, okay, 3 times. You can move it from 1, right? You have 3 parts on this cube. You only move 3. A, B, C, and then you flip over again. A, B, C, and you flip. A, B, C, back to the beginning. A, B, C, back to the beginning. A, B, C, back to the beginning. And then you start your new cycle over here, but you started with 1. See, you started with 1 here. You start 1 here. So now you know this is complete. You're into your 13th moon over here. You multiply this by 3, it becomes 25,920. And this is the great Mayan cycle. And it works off this over here, 180 degrees, the 18th day. Well, why didn't I work with the 7th day of the week? Because it was the 6 days of creation, right? It wasn't the 7 days of creation. It was the 6 days of creation. So I go 6 by 28 equals to 168 hours in the week, which works out to 7 by 24 equaling to 168 hours in the week. And that's how I come up with this small theory over here because of its relative truth. I know there's more to do in here. I'm brushed a little bit up. And hold on a second. I want to see. There was a few things I did tonight. I'm a little messed up with a few things. Yes, we talked about 6 and 8 and how it paid off. How the 6 and 8 divides the gate, and it divides it through electric. Okay, divides it through electric. The center of this, right, 5 and 3 is going to be 4 and 2. Right? It's going to be 4 and 2. And here's 4 and 2. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 6 and 8. You also have 3 and 3 equaling to 6. The reverse of that is 4 and 4 equals to 8. And then you have 1 and 5 equaling to 6. And the opposite side of that is going to equal to what is 6 and 2 equals to 8. Mars and the Queen. Those are absolutes. The center of the dice is 3.5. 105 is now the cube is now relaying the message. When we hit the 8, we've added on the 2 moons. We went from one world, right, to where 10-7 out of service to 10-8 in service, right? To 10-6 busy standing by because you're going to connect in 8 into the heavens. If you look at the Jack, there's 2 of them with one eye. There's 2 of them with 2 eyes. Jack gets 6. The King has 3 cards. The King is the one that plays the leap year. There are 3 cards with 2 eyes. And then there are, I don't know where it is, where the other one is, but there's 1 card with 1 eye. It's a diamond. So the King of Diamonds shows 1 eye. It's the card of the leap year. The Kings go for the leap year. 3 and 1 eye. Jacks are 2 and 2. The Jack, the Queen, the King. This is 6, 7, and 8. 4, 3, and 2. Your 432 hertz, your vibration, or 3 days by 1440 minutes to come to this, because that's your base creation, right? The numbers that come together will all create this. Here is your cycle. The King, 2882, King, man, works together. Over here is Jack, Zion, Israel. It's also blue DC, because this is the same numbers as Zion, Israel, but you're going to create X, or 666. One of the reasons is the math. 6 by 4 is 24. The 24th letter is X. 6 plus 4 is 10. The 10th Roman numeral is X. They're both X. When you put 2 X's together, it creates an O in the center. It creates the 15th letter in the center of the 2. The X is the 24th letter, and the 16th letter create the ox, the second Chinese zodiac sign. It also creates what is 66. 66 is what's going to connect your gateway in the moon, your 57, your birth, your electric company, your birth in the moon. We have to, in order to create a circle around something, you have to have the center. Things that go around the center that is shown to proven to me is the number 1. That's my question. Is it the number 1 or is it the number 4 to find the full center? If you have a pen, right? If you have a pen, just give me a second. Let me see if I'm saying this right. If this was a screw and I screwed it, this was a bolt and I had a nut in my hand. Let's say I had a nut in my hand, and I screw on the nut. So the hole is in the nut, which would be the ring, and the screw would be the pole, the ring and the pole. When you get married, here is your pole. I put my ring on it. Around it is 4 sides. Those 4 sides equal to 14, and the 14 dots that go around the band of this cube. But when I put this ring on, this becomes the number 7. This finger, Gun says gun, it's in this finger. The 4th finger and the 9th finger where the ring of marriage goes. The birth of 9. So now let me get on back to those numbers of what 105 is here. Since we stopped transmitting, right, with 105, or relayed the message with 105, when you add them up, 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals to 15. When you add them up, 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals to 9, 9 and 15. 1 and 5 equals to 6. We now have rotation right here. This is your rotation of 9 and 6. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, which is your ABC 6, your BCD 9. In order for 6 to go into 9, you have to multiply it by 1.5 or 3 for 2. For every 3 of these, you get 2 of these. When you go play the game of 21 or blackjack, you get paid 1.5 or you get paid 3 to 2. Same thing. And we stand on Q17, the egg and the sperm, or the passage. So we also have the 432 we got from the Jack, Queen, King. It's also 3 days of 1440 minutes. So we can see also where did this 3.5 come from? It came from the center of this cube. The center of this cube is 3.5. There's three ways that this cube turns. This way, okay, this way. I'm just trying to think. Cube turns this way, and then it turns in the center, right? This way, and it turns in the center. This way, and it turns in the center. Those are the three ways, the NASA sign. What else did I want to talk about? Right. So we understand this rotation, and you need more than one. And I put part of the design on the floor. I have more under the carpet, but I'm a little tired to pull it out. The other thing I wanted to talk about is just a quick thing for hockey, baseball, basketball, football, soccer. In hockey, it's 20-minute periods. You're going to multiply it by 3 equals to 60. Also, we're going to use hockey as 180 degrees. We're going to use hockey as the Y. Hockey is going to be the Earth. The reason for that is we have 3 20-minute periods. We don't have 4. We need to reach 360 because 360 is noted to go around in a circle. The other thing I was talking about, 1, right, is because you have to have the one center where everything goes around it so the wheel spins. The question is this dot counted as 1? Or should we be counting this as 1? The 9 lives of the cat. You have to know that our basic of creation of area space is this one or this one. This one goes inside this one. You end up having to go this one and this one. And these are basic props. I don't know if I have them here as basic props, like I was showing over here. Let me do something. I want to get rid of this. Yeah, so this over here. There's a single one, and then there's a 1 by 1 and a 2 by 2. There's 9 times 1 by 1 to create this area, which creates the major. And then there's 2 by 2 to create the minor. This one over here, 1 is for Earth, 1 is for Mars. But there's to be discussions. So we have to create this, and then we're going to recreate this, the master cylinders. Here, there's going to be a total of 81. Here, there's going to be a total of 36. We can take this and put it inside of here and keep shifting it over inside of here. And when we're done, you'll go 2, and then you'll go 2. That's twice, right? You go these 2. Let me see, what did I get there? You'll do these 4, 1, 2, right? And then you'll do these 2, and then you'll do these 2, and then you'll do these 2. And now you'll have to get another one of these to continue on until we end up slipping this in here perfectly. I'm not sure if you understood that. Anyways, it's something for the future. Let's just leave that out right now. What you have to know is when you're connecting this, you're connecting 1 area, 2 areas, 3 areas. Don't forget the mirror. You connect 4 areas there, and then you connect 1 area, 2 areas, 3 areas, 4 areas here, and then you use this here to connect these, this L and this L. L and L connects this. At the same time, you can use these 4 areas or these 4 areas. This is only the base that I'm doing with you right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 and 9, 7 equals to 30. Total is 40 plus the 5 in the center. 1 and 3. Remember, everything, a lot of things run with 3 periods and 1 period. The moon cycle, 3 periods and 1 period. The 13th zodiac sign is when you start over again. As I showed you before, when you get to this one over here, okay, on the 37th number, which will be your sets of moons, on the 13th moon, you start over again. The other piece that I was talking about in here, and let me see, was it over here? Is I was working on this thing. I was coming from a village called Saint Sophie. So the Saint Sophie, and there's a Jordan River in Saint Sophie, and there's like this big river that passes under Saint Sophie that has natural water to it, a big source of water. So I decided to do a little numerology on it, or a little number thing. So Saint in abbreviation, and ST is for first in the E world, female, right? 39 and 5, 44. When you multiply and add it equals to 16 and 8, 24. Sophie equals to 72, 9, 8 and 9. It's a natural. This one equals to 23. The ironic thing about this is that the invert alphabet, okay, I just want to see that I mark this C and X. I didn't want to put X. I want to put D. I want to put D. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. I want to see, do I want to put X or D? Just 1 second. First of all, these two that divide the alphabet up on the high side, right? If you take a look here, this is time. Number 47 is time. 5 times 7, 5 plus 7 is 35 and 12, 47, or Baptist of John. If you want to look at that. You can also find these numbers if you look up orphan roulette. You will find these numbers. So when you look up this over here, what's ironic, okay, is this is 6 and this is 5. And in the cube, it's the basic 1-2 creation that comes together. 1-2 creation of 6 and 5. That's the opposite of these two. It's going to talk about the Queen and Mars over here, right? You see 1 and 2, 3 and 11. If you look at the pool ball, the 3 and the 11 are both red. And they, again, come together as the opposites or polars or the mirrors on the cube. The other thing about this, I'm just trying to remember where I am. It did 6 and 5. So 6 and 5 brings in 1 and 2 creation. The C and the D comes over here, becomes C and D. I don't know why I have the X here. The X comes together with the C and the D. Yes, D and W come together. That's what it is. Why? I don't know why. I'm just trying to look. Let me just do something. C, X, D, W. 4 and 5, 6 and 3. It just so happens this one is the female organ at 54. This is the male organ at 63. Becomes 7, 11, which is the cube, the penis, and the vajayjay. They total 108, or 3 times 36. 3 of those cycles, 3 times. Not on the 13th, only in the 12th moon. After that, you're into the 13th moon. In the 13th moon, you're into a new cycle. I was doing something with hockey. Yes, what it is between baseball, it's the 9 innings. That is your birth, right? Basketball, it's the 12 times 4 equaling to 48 minutes. In football, it's 4 quarters of 15 minutes times 4 equaling to 60. And in soccer, it's 45 times 2 equals to 90. We're playing the story of your mirrored world in soccer, right? Or your base creation, if you want to look at it that way, 90. The football, what it is about the football is 1 and 1. What it means is when you go into the series, it's a 1-game series and it's over. When you go into football, right, it's best. Sorry, I did the football. I did it already. The football is a 1 and 1. Whoever comes in, whoever comes out, it's a 1 and 1. When you go into basketball, it's best of 7, winning 4. One team can win 4, the other team can lose 3. Back to Mars and Earth. It can also be 4 and 2. It can also be 4 and 1. It can also be 4 and 0. But it won't be better than this. So we have this over here in basketball. We get 7. In baseball, they usually play 7. In hockey, they usually play 7. Here they only play 1. I don't know what they do over here. The other thing about that in basketball, right? We have the 2 points for every play, and we have 1 point. Um, we have 1 point when it's a foul, and you get the 2 point shot. Remember, 1 and 2 go together. And why? What I believe in this one over here, and beyond the arc is 3 points. The creation is 48 times 1.25, 5 and 2 Earth, 5 and 1 Mars, your 12, your base 3 creation, right? 3 and 5 equals to 67. You bring this to a full 60 minutes when you multiply it by 1.25. This is the sons of Pluto. Pluto is 84, 3 by 16 for 48, or 3 by 28, the cycle of man equaling to 84 in our birth planet of Pluto. This is going to divide the night and day, Pluto. So we see it's a 7-game series. That's why I included all of these in there. And I include baseball in there of 9 innings. There's a total of 54 outs in the game where it can possibly end at 51 if the home team is leading. 51, the home team is leading. This is Mars. This will become the sun. 54 is the sun, 51 is Mars, 105 is the hand of God, but I don't want to look at it that way. But what I will look at is 9 and 6. It's in rotation between the home team and the visitors. So we understand that 1 and 7, 1 and 7, 1 and 7. Another thing, if you're playing baseball, it's 4 and it's 3. It's 4 balls and it's 3 strikes. None of these will ever happen. It'll either be 4. Sorry. It'll never happen. Never happen. It'll be 4 balls and 2 strikes. It'll be 4 balls and 1 strike. It'll be 4 balls and no strikes. Right? This is BS, BS, BS. Or it's going to be 3 balls, okay, and it's going to be 3 strikes. Or it's going to be 2 balls and it's going to be 3 strikes. Or it's going to be 1 ball and it's going to be 3 strikes. Or it's going to be no balls and it's going to be 3 strikes. When you're creating something, this is the science of it all. This is the perfect science because this is all true. So these are the numbers that go along with this science. The other thing I wanted to mention is when I was talking about the 7, 8, and 9 before. Sorry, the 6, 7, and 8. I don't know where they are right now. Right? We're working with this one. The CB codes told me not to work with the 7, to work with 8. Well, in the 6 days of creation or the touchdown, right, we had the single extra point. But haven't you noticed now, for those who watch football, is now you can go for the 2PP, the 2-point play in football. Before you only had it in the 55-yard CFL, that 2-point play, but now you're getting in the 50-yard and the NFL, your point play, your 2-point play. So
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the camera. Yeah, so now in football they're allowing the 2-point play, and sometimes you might watch a football game, you might say, I don't understand why they're doing this, and how come so often they're they're how come so often they're now going for the they're going on 4th down more often now than before, right? In the CFL, it's only 3 downs in the game. Earth and Mars, Earth and Mars. So I hope you understood what I did. Also to know that the house planet is number 68. That is Mars and Earth. DC or CD, 3 and 4, Washington, D.C. Okay, is half of this. Anyways, we're going through a big moon phase right now where things are getting transferred over digital.
And there's just a lot of things going on. I just want to just do something. Just want to draw out the letter R, or it could be 70, or at the same time, maybe, right? I can draw two letters R face to face, but then it would look like the video cassette, right? Or it can look like a roadway. I'm not really sure which way this should go. Not really sure which way it should go. I'm really not sure if I should be doing this at all. I'm just trying to see if something gets connected over here. I'm just trying to take a look if it's an arrow, a pyramid. I don't know what's going on in this, but I was just a little compelled to do it. Just really not sure what I'm doing, what's here, what's over here. I don't know. Looks like the letter M. I'm not really sure. Let me see what else is. This is going here. Should it be this way or should I have run it this way? Should I have run it that way or this way? You know, the army stripes. And now what we have is we have an offset piece over here. I'm not really sure what it is yet, but I'll figure it out. Could be the ace that divides the two house before we pass on through. I really don't know. There's a lot of things to think about magnets, the color of magnets. The end of the word magnet is 10. And anyways, all the games, pool, hockey, soccer, they all tell a story between 120 degrees or 90 degrees. Those are your two bases of, well, there's 45 degrees also. So there's more to talk about. But 45 degrees is movement in eighths. 90 degrees is movements in quarters, and 120 degrees is movements in thirds. Now, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 is a whole. It doesn't mean there's anything left over. And everything divided by 3, right? Everything divided by 3, but 3, 6, or 9 will equal to 3, 3, 3, 1, 4, and 7 divided by 3. 0, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 5, and 8 divided by 3. 0, 6, 6, 6, 1, 6, 6, 6, 2, 6, 6, 6, and 3, 6, 9 divided by 3 equals to 1, 2, 3, 8. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. And I'm not sure if I showed you this once before, and there's just so many things. But to go to your continuation, right? 1, 4, 7, 10. I want to create 11. The only way to create with 11 with this one is to go to number 10. There is no number 10 here. So I have to start on 2. So then what do? I go 2, 9, 3, 8, 4, 7, 5, and 6. That's the way I work. 2, 9. Now, if I'm going to cross over, you see that I'm going to go 1 over. You know, in the game of chess, they do that, right? 1 over, 2 up. And then this will go 2 up and 1 over, 11. And this will go 1 over and 2 down. You'll have 9. And then you're going to, where am I next? You're going to go from, so start here, you're going to go 2 down and 1 over, 9. And then you're going to go from here, you're going to go 2 up and 1 over. Did I get that right? 11. Let me do that again. I'm going to go from here. I'm going to start here. I'm going to go 2 down and 1 over, 9. And I'm going to go, let's say I'll go here, I'll go 1 over, 2 up, 11. Then I'm going to go here. I'm going to go 2 up and 1 over, 11. Then I'm going to go here. I'm going to go 1 up, 2 over, 13. You see, skip 2 and 1. Right? I'm going to go here. I'm going to go 2 over. Is that what I was doing? 2 over and 1 down is 13. And then 1 over and 2 down is 9. So there's a whole 9, 11, 13 inside of this. Anyways, yeah, I'm a little bit tired. I'm not sure if you understood the gist of that. I think I need to work with somebody that we can put everything in formation. If you'd like to help out the channel, that would be super fantastic. Um, I mean, it keeps me going. Um, and you can, here's my, this is my email at PayPal if you can. And yeah, it'd be nice to put down a program together so we can put everything into formation. I know there's a few things that I didn't speak about tonight that I wanted to, that I started earlier. It's just ironic because sometimes I have a good flow and how things work with the pool table or with the alphabet. And to know the dartboard, you have to remember the dartboard. There's 20 numbers in darts. There's the single, there's the double, there's the triple, there's the bullseye, red and green equals to 75, electric. I want to thank you and thank you at Rumble for being here. Peace and love. Time to go to bed. And just note that the good Lord is with us. Otherwise, if you believe any of the information that I am sharing in the game and for entertainment purposes only, all I'm using is a deck of cards, the alphabet, a couple of dice cubes, Rubik's Cube, every single game in sports, and every single person who's ever created and has put a patent out there in a game. There's always something going on. Some games are harder to figure out than others, but the basics of the casino games, there's always formation. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.